Hey guys, Jonathan was here for JM Sports 100 and the JM Sports Show. How is it going? I am here to make college football picks for Saturday, November 29th, 2014. It is week 14 in the 2014, a lot of 14s there, college football season. We have made picks already this week, and most of them were on the JM Sports Show Facebook page. We'll talk about those in a second. This video, I'm going to try to get it moving kind of quick because we have a lot of stuff I want to talk about. I'm going to kind of explain to you how I'm going to do this. I'm going to go through all the games and make my picks, and then at the end, I am going to go through and tell you all the clinching scenarios and whatever for the conferences, or at least most of the conferences. But I'm going to do that last at the end of the video here. So if that's all you really care about, then you can go to the end of the video if you'd like. Alright, I don't know how this week is going to go. I feel like this week could have a lot of upsets to it, and I feel like I could play with the playoff race quite a bit, but we will see. We took on Tuesday. We had Ohio beating Miami of Ohio. They did that 24-21. Thursday, we went undefeated. We had TCU beating Texas 48-10. We also said LSU would beat Texas A&M. They did that 23-17. Friday was a bit of a rough day for us. I'm not going to go through all the scores there, but like I said, it just was not a pretty day for us. We went 7-9, so far we are 10-9 on the week. And this is all coming off of a week 13 that saw us go 40-13. 38-12 is what we went on the Saturday for week 13. And with all that information that I just gave you, if you hung on to it all, we are 565, 191 on the year, 2,863 wins, 951 losses is the lifetime record, with 2 weeks to go until we get to postseason stuff because I don't pick. They give the Army Navy game their own week, and I don't pick that game. But I'm on the hunt for 600 wins this season. I don't believe I've done that ever. So, alright, let's get to the picks for Saturday. First of all, starting things off with Michigan and number 6, Ohio State. Not much at stake here in this game for Ohio State, other than just trying to um, impress the committee and give one final push to get into the playoffs. I do think Ohio State beats Michigan. Number 16, Georgia Tech, and number 9, Georgia. Georgia Tech, really nothing to play for. They're already in the ACC championship game. Georgia has already been eliminated from SEC championship game playoff contention. I do think Georgia gets the win over Georgia Tech. South Carolina takes on 21st ranked Clemson. I'm gonna go with Clemson to get the win here. I don't love that pick, but that's where I'm gonna go. Kentucky and number 22 Louisville. Give me Louisville, Cincinnati, and Temple. I am gonna go with Temple in that game actually. West Virginia and Iowa State. Give me West Virginia. North Texas and UTSA. Give me North Texas. Old Dominion and Florida Atlantic. I'm going to go Florida Atlantic. Rice and Louisiana Tech. Important game there for them. I'm going to go with Louisiana Tech. Illinois takes on Northwestern. I'm going to go with Northwestern. Purdue takes on Indiana. Give me Indiana. North Carolina State and North Carolina. Give me North Carolina. Syracuse and Boston College. Give me Boston College. Louisiana Lafayette takes on Troy, and I'm going to go with Louisiana Lafayette. Number 25 Utah takes on Colorado. I am going to go with Utah. Texas State takes on Georgia State, and I'm going to go with Texas State. Idaho and Appalachian State. Give me Appalachian State in that game. New Mexico State and Arkansas State. Give me New Mexico State. Wyoming and New Mexico. I am going to go with Wyoming. Florida and number 3, Florida State. I am going to go with Florida State to get the win. I am going to put them in upset alert. I think Florida will really hang around with Florida State in this ball game, but I do have Florida State coming out on top in the end. Number 4, Mississippi State at number 19, Ole Miss. I think the missing of Ole Miss's best receiver has obviously really hurt them. The season's finally caught up with them. I think Mississippi State is going to handle Ole Miss a little bit on Saturday. Number 7, Baylor takes on Texas Tech. I am going to go with Baylor. Number 10, Michigan State takes on Penn State, and I'm going to go with Michigan State. Number 18, Minnesota, and number 14, Wisconsin. The winner will play Ohio State in the Big Ten Championship next weekend. I am going to go with Wisconsin not being a homer. I do think they are the better team. I think it's a really tight game, but I've got the Badgers getting the win. San Jose State takes on San Diego State, and I'm going to go with San Diego State. Notre Dame and USC, I'm going to go with USC. Notre Dame was just beat down. They've had a lot of injury problems. It's shown, and they are really starting to struggle. Rutgers takes on Maryland. I'm going to go with the Terps. UAB takes on Southern Miss, and I'm going to go with UAB. Kansas and Kansas State. Give me Kansas State. UConn takes on Memphis. Give me Memphis. Tennessee takes on Vandy, and I'm going to go with Tennessee. BYU takes on California. I am going to go with Cal. Louisiana Monroe and Georgia Southern. I am going to go with Louisiana Monroe in that game. Hawaii takes on Fresno State, and I'm going to go with who do I go with in that game? Hawaii, I believe. Yes, Hawaii. Pittsburgh and Miami. I am going to go with Canes, Middle Tennessee, and UTEP. I'm going to go with Middle Tennessee. Number 15 Auburn and number 1 Alabama. I think Auburn's going to be able to hang out in this game, at least for a while. But I think at the end, their defense has been pretty poor as of late is going to catch up with them. I took Fresno State, by the way, in the Hawaii game, so I apologize for that, going with Fresno State over Hawaii. But I do think that Auburn's defense is going to be able to catch up with them. I think Alabama will pull away a little bit at the end and get the win there. So, um, basically, Mississippi State big time Auburn fans tomorrow because if Mississippi State can beat Ole Miss and Alabama loses to Auburn, then Mississippi State is in the SEC championship game. But if Bama wins, it doesn't matter what Mississippi State does, Bama is in. Next up, we have number 2, Oregon, taking on Oregon State, and I'm going to go with Oregon. Utah State takes on 23rd ranked Boise State. By the way, Oregon, watch out for that game there. There could be an upset, but I'm not going to call it. Utah State takes on 23rd ranked Boise State. Big game for both of these two, as you'll see when I get to my explanation here as to who's got what on the line this weekend. I am going to go with Boise State to get the win, a little begrudgingly, but I'm going to do it. Washington and Washington State. I am going to go with Washington and Nevada and UNLV. I am going with Nevada. Alright, so how long did that part take? We are at 7 minutes, so okay, we got a little bit of time to do this. So we basically already discussed the Big Ten. We already discussed the SEC. Let's start now with the ACC is Florida State, Georgia Tech. We got that figured out. Let's talk about the AAC right now. If Memphis wins and Cincinnati and UCF lose, I'm sorry, I totally mixed that up already. Let's, my apologies. Let's go to Conference USA because I don't think there's much going on really. Anyway, Marshall clinched their spot in the championship game. Marshall did lose today in a wild game against Western Kentucky. Basically, the winner of Louisiana Tech and the winner of Louisiana Tech and Rice will face Marshall in the Conference USA Championship game. As far as the MAC Conference, Bowling Green has already clinched their spot in the championship. Northern Illinois got a win today, which basically I'm sorry, I'm trying to read through this and make sure I read it right the first time. Basically, Northern Illinois is in. Okay, Northern Illinois won today. Toledo lost today. The only way Western Michigan could have been in was if it beat Northern Illinois and Toledo lost. Well, it didn't beat Northern Illinois. So Northern Illinois is in. The MAC is set. It will be Bowling Green and Northern Illinois. I I'm sorry, guys. I did read through this stuff before I started, but kind of nervous and stumbling here for some reason. Okay, basically the winner of Boise State Utah State gets into the Mountain West game. Colorado State lost today, which has eliminated them, so um, they will get into the Mountain West title game that way. As far as the West, Fresno State, if they beat Hawaii, they will win the division. San Diego State wins it if they beat San Jose State and Fresno State loses. Hawaii wins the division if Fresno State wins, and Nevada and San Diego State both lose. And um, it's just pretty much that. Um, as far as the Sun Belt, the Georgia Southern has already clinched uh, a share of it. Louisiana Lafayette can earn a co-championship with them if they beat Troy, and Georgia Southern loses. But if that does not happen, then Georgia Southern will be the AAC champion straight up all by themselves in their first season in the conference. So that's pretty pretty impressive there. So yeah, I'm gonna read this to you for the AAC. Actually, I'm just going to read this to you. What's on this page? I got this from College Football Talk .nbcsports.com. That's where I got this article from. So I'll read this part to you about the AAC for those of you who might still, for whatever reason, be listening or watching. Memphis sits at 6-1 with one conference game remaining, which was UConn, while Cincinnati and UCF are each at 5-1. I believe that was before. This was before today. UCF won today. Cincinnati plays tomorrow, with 2 games left at Temple and Houston. Um, did wait? Yeah, yeah. Uh, for the former, a USF and East Carolina for the latter. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not gonna read this. I apologize. You guys can go look at the article you want if you want yourself. This completely destroyed the video, so for that I apologize. I'm gonna get out of here now because now I'm just rambling. NFL picks will be up uh, on Saturday at some point in time, so stay tuned for those. Pretty hot in there right now. We went um, 12-3 last week and 2-1 on Thanksgiving. So we continue to be hot there. Big NFL weekend too. So stay tuned for that. I apologize, guys. I'm really upset right now that I completely botched that ending. But anyway, I guess what are you gonna do? Things happen. Don't forget to like the JM Sports page on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Links will be in the description. And that is going to do it for me. I am Jonathan was up for JM Sports 100 in the JM Sports Show, and I will see you guys later.